Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Taylor. I've known Cassie since we were in kindergarten, and our story of friendship only grew from there. Not only am I lucky enough to have Cassie as my best friend, but I can also call Dustin one of my best friends as well. So I figured that it's only appropriate to say some words about both of them tonight. And what better way to start than by making sure that everyone here knows their story. Cassie and Dustin met in high school. I'm not sure exactly what she thought about him when she first met him, but I know that I thought he talked in way too much. Through high school, they became friends and began to develop feelings for one another, but neither one told the other. As high school came to an end, Cassie decided to pursue her career in creative writing, and Dustin decided that God was calling him to the priesthood and that he would attend seminary. Before each one was to go their own separate ways, Dustin finally became brave enough to ask Cassie out. Knowing from the start that on the last day of summer, it would all come to an end, they began a relationship together. Now I knew that Dustin was going to seminary and that there was no changing that. But to this day, I still remember seeing them standing in line for a ride at Hershey Park that summer, holding hands and getting all googly-eyed. And from that very day, even after they both began their separate journeys, I said, "You all are so getting married one day." When summer came to an end and we all went off to college, I saw the heartbreak that both Dustin and Cassie went through. Cassie would oftentimes talk to me about Dustin, and Dustin oftentimes called me to talk about Cassie. I continued to say, "Y'all are getting married one day." Finally, one night, while Cassie and I were sitting in our dorm room, Dustin sends me a message and asked if he can call. I made my way out into the hallway and answered the phone. I could tell something big was on his mind. He finally says, "I think I love Cassie." My response, I think, was a yes. And I knew it. He then proceeds to ask me if I think that Cassie feels the same way. And I said, "Dustin, you are the only man that she does not complain about." And if that doesn't say I love you, I don't know what does. From there, it was my job to keep the secret from Cassie that Dustin was truly considering that God had chosen a different plan for him after all, until he truly made his discernment. So as you both begin your lives as husband and wife tonight, I have no doubt that you have true love for each other. I know that you will take care of each other and support one another. I know that you are meant to be and that your lives together will be great. But Cassie, as you begin this journey, I only ask that you remember a few things. Always remember how we played basketball at recess pretty much every day of middle school. Always remember sitting in the gym together every morning of high school and how we people watched everyone around us. Always remember Mission San Antonio and how I practically had to drag you into a tube down the river because you hate fish and fish swim in the river. Always remember Mission, Pennsylvania and whipped cream and Anne Frank. Enough said. Always remember movie nights, ninjas and pirates, and that time we went to Walmart and the cart kept shocking us, so we grabbed a pair of rubber gloves off the shelf and finished our shopping trip looking like a couple of crazy girls. But most of all, always remember that no matter how far apart we are and where we go in life, whenever you need to gripe about how Dustin leaves his shoes out in the middle of the floor for people to trip on, how he's always at least 30 minutes late for everything, or how he didn't wipe Sasha's feet before he brought her in and there are now paw prints all the way across the carpet, remember that I'm always just a phone call away. Knowing that I'm going to be in your shoes in just a couple short months and how much joy it brings to my life, I couldn't be happier that you two have found each other and that God has given you this blessing. I love you both and I wish you the very best.
Ditto. For real though, folks. Dustin and I's friendship dates back about a decade now, which is shocking. And we became fast friends in high school, and we first met in middle school, and I think we started becoming like really good friends in JROTC, and there were a lot of late nights later on before we graduated high school that were filled with Spam and cheese dip and many other delicious oddities that don't pass through the bowels very well. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I think it was the summer that we graduated from high school that Dustin came to myself and my wife, who we just got married last week, and Dustin was the best man at my wedding. So we're on a roll here. But he came to us and explained that he had a certain fondness for a lovely lady who is standing right next to him right now. And I cannot tell you how overjoyed we were to hear that news, because we always knew that Dustin would be somebody who would be a great husband and a great father to a family. And I cannot tell you how many times that I've talked to Alex Spiller, who's another groomsman, and then the two other groomsmen who I just recently met, about the fact that Dustin would truly be an amazing father and an amazing husband. And I can definitely tell you without a shadow of doubt that Cassie will be an excellent wife and an excellent mother, because you see the two of them work together, and the amount of teamwork that they have together, the amount of strength that they find in one another is truly remarkable, and is something that is just absolutely amazing. And I hope that my wife and I can always hope to be like you guys. I really hope so. And I'd like to leave you with a piece of advice that a man gave me not too long ago, and that is to make sure, no matter what kind of troubles or stresses or anxieties that you have during a day, to always kiss each other before you go to bed, and go to bed happy. Because at the end of the day, you only have each other. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And I wish the best for you too, and I hope that everything works out in St. Louis. I know it will, because you guys are awesome. Big thank you. So, and without further ado, I guess what's next on the agenda? Drinks. Raise your glasses and let us toast this awesome couple and everything that they have accomplished and everything that they will accomplish. God bless them. Amen.